very binary. You can do the things that almost all executives do or employees do, which is to rationalize this way or that way, or do whatever about risk or any of those things. But when you finish with all of that, it really is definitional. And it's the thing, that tape that ran, that really was what forced me out, which was I could not allow it to be that I wasn't. So I forced myself to be. And that was just a yearn for independence and for being able to see what I could create on my own without being under a corporate life.
You very early on took an interest in the Intranet. What was it about it that sparked your interest at the time? Pure curiosity.
Yeah. Well, I'd never seen a screen. I only knew screens from being used to tell stories, and I came up on screens that were very primitive in the early 90s, but they were interactive. In other words, you acted with something that you saw on a screen. It was not passive, like just watching a story or whatever. And I didn't know, of course, I didn't know what was to become of it. I didn't know that in 3 years from then, there would be this thing called the Internet that people would start to use. But that interactivity fascinated me. And I was, again, timing and circumstance. I was lucky enough to be there kind of just before it happened and be curious about it. So I got to learn about it at the earliest stage. So when it started, I had a kind of advantage.
We started off talking about you kind of rummaging around the William Morris file room. As you were writing this and rummaging around your personal archive, were there things that surprised you, things that you remembered that you'd forgotten that stand out, either collaborations you had or projects that you're particularly
most
proud of?
Most of the things that are, I mean, look, I've had, a lot of my life has been documented because of the businesses that I've been in, and so there's a lot of facts that I could have gotten, and those are obvious. But it was the things that I remembered that weren't written down anywhere, that I was just surprised that I could remember all these actual little storylets, tales inside this business life. And that was fun.
We've talked a lot about your professional life, and I think to a T, as I've mentioned, I'm doing this interview, folks have asked me, everyone's asked me, did you address your personal life in the book? Was that a dilemma or a debate for you as you wrote it?
Not at all. I mean, it's a debate today only because I'm so surprised. I am kind of surprised, I'm kind of naive.